Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to tie an Irish Lough style Mayfly nymph. I was watching a video recently on YouTube myself, saw something similar and thought quite fancy a go at that. So here we are. In the vise we've got the Frio short shank 8, so shank length's a 10 but gape is equivalent to an 8. And we're going to kick off proceedings with some Uni 8O in a green olive. So starting just behind the eye, I'm just going to run this down, touch and turn. Just to roughly where the barb would be if this did have a barb. I'm going to come in and trim off that waste piece. Up first I'm going to catch in, so this is basically a medium olive holographic tinsel. So just catching this on with a turn at this point. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit of super glue on the shank. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to use this to create a tag. So just coming round the bend a little bit and then come back up. If you want extra security at this point, you could varnish or UV resin over the holographic tinsel tag, but I'm not going to do that at this point. Just lock that in and you can then cut it away. And just tidy up that wee bit there. Okay. So for the tail, there's actually going to be two tails if you like on this. I'm going to use some bronze mallard and also a little bit of a cockhackle, effectively a longer fibre from a cockhackle. So starting off first with the cockhackle, it's a Chartreuse colour, so just taking a good pinch, it's quite a long fibre. Just coming in and basically just want to catch this and run it to where the tag starts. Just keep it on the top, then come back down. To about that point there. Then at the same time I'm going to take a small amount of bronze mallard, just pull it away from the feather, roll it in your fingers so you get a consistency you're happy with. Keep this quite rough and ready in fairness, but a little bit longer than the cockhackle. Again, the tails on these nymphs aren't necessarily small, so don't be scared of it. Coming in with a couple of turns, and then what I'm going to do is just run this up, tidy up and catch this in. Okay, cool, good stuff. On the way back down I'm taking a small wire, olive in colour. I'm just going to catch this in and run it down the length. Back to where the tail started. Just a wee fibre here I don't like. Okay, and what we're going to do next is take some squirrel dubbing. It's an SLF from Davy Watton and it's the light olive that we're going to be using here today. So don't want to go too heavy on the dubbing at this point. So just get onto the thread. This stuff dubs nicely and really well. So spread it out, come up, come in with a turn, and then tighten it down. And then do this all the way up, but leave yourself plenty of room at the front because there's a number of different fibres that we'll be adding to the fly, so don't bring it too far forward. Okay, good stuff. When you're happy with that, you're then going to grab, I'm going to use a cockhackle. This is a Brama yellow cockhackle, but anything really in the cockhackle family will suffice. Just a nice stiff fibre, so a little bit of wax on a thread, and just come in and catch it, then run it down to where you stopped with your dubbing. Again, if you can see how much room I've left at the front, there is a bit of business happening here, so don't overload with the dubbing and don't bring it too far forward. Come in with your hackle plier. I'm going to put a turn at the top, and then I'm going to come down quite wide. Then when you get to the back, come round with your wire, nice firm lock in on that hackle tip, sorry, and then come up, locking in the hackle. And lock in the wire. Hold your thread tight. You can bend and break that off, and then you can snip this remaining piece off. Okay, good stuff. Next I'm going to come in with, this is a hen, and it's such a streamer hackle, but it's got that nice sort of badger through the middle of it, and this is a sort of chartreuse colour as well. Again, sticking with that sort of olivey yellow chartreuse colour code that we're going for here. So we're going to catch this in by the tip, which is fine. Just expose a catch in point at the front. Make sure you've got some wax on your thread. Come up and catch it on with a couple of turns. So there's 3. Bring it back, then come in and snip that away. Now, you don't want this fibre to overpower the fly, so turn and a half tops on this fibre. And it'll just bring a good bit of colour into the whole thing. So I did about a turn and a half. I'm just going to catch on there, and then bring everything back. Then come in and snip that stem away. Good stuff, we're definitely getting there. what I'm going to add in next is the bronze mallard wing. Again, size, colour, all that sort of good stuff is personal preference. So I'm going to come in on top, probably just towards the back of the hook. I'm going to keep this quite short. Come around a couple of turns. You can fan this out a little bit. Then on the bottom, certainly just inside the hook cape, I'm going to come up and round with a turn, a second turn, and then just reposition that bottom so that it's where you want it to be, in the right place. Just having a wee look around. Okay, good stuff. Relatively happy with how that's sitting, so I'm just going to tidy up a little bit at the front. And the last thing I'm going to add on at this point, folks, is some partridge just on the front. So again, catch it on by the tip, good side facing myself. Sweep the tip back and you can chop away. And I'm going to come in with the hackle plier again, because it's quite a short stem. Just brushing this back as it comes round. Touch and turn with the hackle, one in front of the other, nice and tight. Then come in, catch a stem. Don't catch the fibre, it's not a good shout. Then you come in, mind your thread, chop that way. I'm just going to get a little bit of wax on the thread and then just tidy up. And as you know I like to do, I'm just going to come in, a little bit of super glue on the thread, come in with a whip finish. Once the super glue is dried, you can get a couple of coats of varnish on this and it's ready to go. If you enjoyed that, again, nice little fly to tie, really enjoy these sorts of patterns. Drop a comment, hit a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know if there's anything you want to see tied up. Until next time, cheers.